Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is collective. This is a collective message. We have the Scorpio full moon energy coming in, which is dealing with our environmental, biological, psychological, physiological, and spiritual aspects from the past, present, which takes us into the future. Some of our environmental factors or challenges have not been resolved, and so we feel drained. Some of us may be going through sicknesses that are feeling like we cannot get over them, or symptoms that are being magnified, which is really connected to the purge. Mercury is in retrograde, and Mercury is connected to communication, the voice, the throat. We find ourselves during Mercury retrograde experiencing words where we fumble over our words. And what that's saying to us is that there's something in the brain that may not be connecting properly that we need to work on. In my classes, I give the scriptures. My tongue is a ready writer. Pen inditing the matters of the king is one. Anything on communication that spirit could help us fortify our speech, because as we are in Mercury retrograde and there's an eclipse in Scorpio with the new moon, not to mention the eclipse we just finished in Aries, full moon, what we'll find is there can be some confusion about where we're going. And it takes time with yourself. The funny thing about time is that Saturn is the taskmaster. He's the timekeeper. I was just watching, the quantum realm with Ant-Man, and the actor that's in there personifies Saturn because he's always talking about time. Some people are anxious right now because they feel like they don't have time to meet deadlines, making themselves sick because what the world has put on us and what we put on ourselves, creating situations that the God or the universe really didn't give us. So time is all that we have, really. We have time to change the way that we speak to each other by focusing on, why am I thinking out of alignment? Why am I stumbling over my words? And realize that we are in a time of Mercury retrograde, which takes you into the internal journey. Internal means that I assess myself. I don't just say that we're in Mercury retrograde like a lot of people have gotten into, but I began to work with the retrograde as it takes me inside of myself. And as I go inside of myself, I may realize that it's a practice. Like, my tongue is a ready writer, pen inditing the matters of the king in Psalms 45. What is that scripture there for? But to speak and affirm, whatever religion that you're in, is to speak and affirm and become that word, so that you're not living in a place that you don't like, or that you're frustrated about, or that you're not acting in frustration. All right. Saturn, taskmaster, he's going to have us go back and do things over and over again. So as him and Mercury are together in some, well, let's just say this here. Saturn is in a position where it's causing people to have to think over things. That means that as you think over things, you're thinking over times that you experienced something, whether it was good or bad. And that time that you spend is a communication of your mind that will come out of your mouth, which is Mercury, right? And so that's how I want to put it together and say, the energies of the planets are saying, will you be as you were in the past, or will you be as you are at this time, in this present moment, speaking those things as though they are for your life, and beginning or believing that you can start over. All right. And that's channeled because, over in Deuteronomy 28. He says, I'm blessed in the city, I'm blessed in the field, I'm blessed coming and going. And all of the Saturnian energy, it focuses on seed planting, time, and harvest. Sometimes it can be hard to put all of this into a package and understand, but that's what's happening. We have the ability right now with these planets, the energies, we feel them. Some of us are resting because it's been a lot of energy to release the past and accept the new so we could have confused thoughts, right? But the confusion cannot stay when I begin to read something that feels solid for me. Instead of going on in my mind, spending time, Saturn's work, becoming a taskmaster of situations that I used to go through and just rethinking that and manifesting it. Why am I not planting within myself right now a harvest that can manifest healthy seeds of healthy thoughts? You know, you and I, we learn how to release or pluck up those old thoughts because they didn't do no good. That's what we look at right now. If we're looking at or thinking of something, speaking things that are not productive, we look, and that's where consciousness comes in and it says, are you still saying that? Are you still doing that? Did that help you? Look at how you may have offended somebody or how you hurt yourself and how you became as a division to your own self, how you self-sabotage. And all of that is there for you to realize, or me to realize, that it's time to change the way that I think within myself, in my mind, and what comes out of my mouth. And some people will say, well, I say good things. I've had a lot of people to say they were positive, but they didn't think positive. They were pretending. If you've been pretending in your life and you're not authentic, you could be going through a hard time right now because you may not be matching up with the version that the universe wants you to present with it and for the world because you're not here for your own self. Okay. Now, I'm going to go on and do what I said I was going to do and pull some cards because it's a very influential Saturn energy, Mercury energy here, as well as Scorpio. And the Scorpio energy is connected to Saturn's ability to bring up thoughts that you spend time thinking about, the time, Saturn. And the thoughts are mercurial, where you're thinking and communicating thoughts that are not productive or you're acting them out. All right. So, what Scorpio full moon and eclipse is going to do is going to say that we're getting rid of that environmental thinking that you had in communication, spending time on what you were programmed to think and the physiological aspects of that thinking and acting and that psychological aspect of what you've been thinking and acting out. And we're bringing you into harmony with yourself so that you can understand that you are a unique individual and that what you have is worthy to be manifested and to be given to the world. Because Scorpio is an energy that hides environmental, biological factors until it's not that it hides, but it's a dark, let's say a womb energy, and it wants to transform things. So all of the things that we've been keeping from ourselves that cause us to communicate with stumbling words or mull over with time spent thinking about things unproductive is what's in that subconscious with Scorpio. And Scorpio is saying, now I'm not going to just play the bad guy and keep all of these skeletons. We're going to get these skeletons out now. So the full moon brings that release, and that's been going on forever. It's just that a lot of us are learning it. So environmentally, biologically, socially, spiritually, physiologically, and spiritually and physically, we are in a place where we're experiencing what I am speaking to you. And what that means is surrendering time. because it's an eclipse. South Node has been in Scorpio. So big release. Lots of skeletons that families had from back in the 1620s and 1776 times is being uprooted. A lot of hurt, but hurt that can be healed is being released so that we can heal and be authentic individuals. So here is a card for you, Six of Swords. As this energy continues, you're going to allow the cutting away and movement for new beginnings to come in. That's what we're all doing as a collective. Whatever deceptions there have been, with all of this information that I've spoken about, the deception is being broken. You will see nothing but deceptive situations within our population and our political system, because all of this is coming through as a whole collective. At the end of the day, deception is being broken, and the illumination of the collective's eyes will begin to see how they were created to be people that just consumed one another, consumed what they needed. The consumer mindset is coming up here, and it's saying no more consuming, but now we understand how to be at peace and also not always need to buy that or have that or get that and feel that, because we have no needs when we come to God and the universe. All right. So that's all been a deception. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Read it in your religion if you're another person, because what we want to do is heal the land, heal our bodies and mind, heal our families, so there will be no more distorted thinking and deception concerning them, right? The Five of Pentacles, where we felt insecurity, well, a lot of us still feel that, but it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end because deception is already there. So the Queen of Wands is here, and she is being illuminated with charisma to lead her people. Queens lead by speaking. Her voice will speak out the truth, because she will even work on her insecurities concerning her voice. And that could be a person that's leading a family. The Emperor is here. Structure. Saturn is there. So Saturn is here really, if you can pay attention, telling people about structure today, bringing in a thought of structure, because before you till the land, you got to get the land structured properly to receive the seed. And so God bless us. With Saturn being there, there's a lot of changes that we're under and the world that we live in. I hope you're blessed. Share and subscribe, and thank you for listening.